Drab? Dusty? Boring? Not a chance. The University of Göttingen's collections, museums and gardens offer a world of things to discover. To behold and marvel. To compare and comprehend. Typical and unique. Historical and contemporary. For scholars and laymen, and above all, for students. And this has been true for nearly 275 years.
Also bei diesem imposanten Objekt handelt es sich.
This impressive object is a feathered image from the Hawaiian Islands. It's a representation of the war god Kukailimoku, also called Ku, Snatcher of the Islands. It dates to the 18th century and was collected on the third voyage of the English navigator and explorer James Cook.
Gesammelt.
Students don't just act as guides to the exhibitions, they create them as well. They conceptualize, design, and arrange. Together with the collection's curators, they ponder how best to present their treasures. What do they get from this? Insights into museum work, ideas for their own projects, and experiences that enrich their studies. The great thing about our course is that we have the chance to work with originals. We can touch the pictures, which lets us examine the material and application of paint more closely. The backsides are also interesting, since they often contain important information about the picture's origin or where it was previously exhibited. The collections are still growing. Students and scientists keep them alive. They discover and identify, organize, and archive. And they make the material available for research.
Systematic collections are an essential reference to scientific work. I'm working on an international project in Malaysia, and I came here to examine the fossil sea lilies. The collections here are world-class and historically significant. Besides, there is a rewarding and stimulating academic atmosphere here at the University of Göttingen.
Thanks to the collection's objects, research hypotheses can be verified or sometimes even discarded. Here we have a fragment of a German-language sermon from Meister Eckhart. This text indicates that the theologist and mystic was far more radical than we previously thought. This discovery was only made possible by the fact that the fragment was digitized and placed on the internet. A good example for how important it is to digitize the university's treasures. This ensures that they're not only permanently preserved, but made available for research and teaching around the world. From manuscripts to paintings, and from fossils to algae. Many objects even go on the road for the purpose of research. Why? Because they're sought after internationally. The collections offer the chance to unite research and teaching. Students are actively involved in current projects and are offered the chance to try their hand at scientific work. This motivates and sometimes leads to surprising insights. Antique statues and sculptures were actually very colorful and not white like we know them from museums. And what natural scientists and archaeologists have figured out, we can apply to our collection.
Dadurch, dass wir hier in der Sammlung arbeiten können,
The fact that we're able to work here in the collection and can even paint the exhibits makes our studies much more interesting than they would be just poring over books. These treasures of knowledge belong not in a dark repository, but accessible to all. The ancient Greeks built dedicated houses to display their valuables. A model for Göttingen? Why not? To let the music of knowledge be heard by everyone.